I read this study this morning about the effects of fasting on inflammation, and it's been bothering me, and I couldn't figure out why until just now while I was shaving my head, which is why I look like this. So here's the thing. They did a study of 20 people who fasted for 10 days, and they thought they were going to see markers of inflammation decline. And in fact, they saw the opposite. Inflammation increased. And as a result, the article is saying that long-term fasting for this kind of thing is not recommended for people who have inflammation. And so here's the thing. One, if you're going to fast, especially if you're going to do something that long-term, consult your physician, consult your doctor, because it's not ideal for everybody. That being said, we need to rethink what you think inflammation is. Because when people talk about inflammation, they're very often talking about things, what they're talking about is negative impact of chronic inflammation. That is not the same thing as inflammation in general. So like, if you stumble and sprain your ankle and it becomes swollen, that's inflammation. And that's your body rushing blood cells and nutrients and everything that you need to the site to begin healing the wound. That's a good kind of inflammation. Now, if you have diabetes and your feet swell to these enormous sizes and you can't get the blood out of there, that's a different kind of inflammation, and that's not healthy. Inflammation itself is not unhealthy. It's when it's chronic as a result of other issues. Now, one of the things about fasting, we know about fasting, and this is one of the things that was not researched in the study being cited, and it was not discussed in the article. It's just something I am curious about, is this increased inflammation. Well, when we know when somebody fasts for that long period of time, they have huge amounts of autophagy, which is the cells restructuring themselves. And we know that inflammation is the body's way of sending nutrients and blood and oxygen and everything to areas that need to be repaired. So if somebody did a 10-day fast and experienced high levels of inflammation, is that inflammation negative, or is it a result of the body taking advantage of the fasting time to actually do repair? That's a question that needs to be asked. Second, also not addressed in the study or the article, was what happened when they came off the fast? What happened to the inflammation markers after that? Did they go back to baseline? Did they even measure their baseline? Did they go back to baseline? Did they go back below baseline? How were they faring with their inflammation a week out, a month out? These are questions. Don't just, when you see articles like this, read them, you'll get some information, but ask questions. What's the deep side of this? So, again, don't take everything just at face value. That somebody, everything that you read is, the study looked at one thing and they found a particular thing happening. They documented a phenomenon. They didn't say that this is negative or positive. The article did. So, something to consider whenever you're reading about these kind of health things, and when you're taking advice from anybody giving you advice about how to handle your health, including me. I tell you, I document on here what works for me, what I do. It's up to you to do the research and decide what to do it for yourself, because I'm not a doctor. Okay, that's it. That's my disruptive thought. Peace out.